Hey everyone, it's Chris Loud. Today I'm going to show you a demo of an intuitive abstract landscape painting where I challenge myself to use a limited color palette of acrylics and torn newspaper to elevate the visual story in a really fun and dynamic way. I'll show you how I layered color, collage elements, and texture to create a piece that feels expressive and rich with contrast. And if you're interested in more abstract prompts and challenges, I'll leave a link to the 50 abstract warm-up painting prompts download in the description. So I started off by toning the entire 10 by 10 inch board with a mix of Prussian blue and a little Mars black. I'm using a flat brush and a silicone bowl scraper to spread the paint. I like doing this because it sets kind of a moody base layer, which helps make the lighter colors pop later on. And already this is a small but important way to elevate the visual story. That deep blue peeking through will give the finished piece an added sense of depth and history. And you'll see that I'm going to use a hairdryer to dry between layers. And when I get some of the newsprint down, I'll use that to dry the matte gel medium as well. So next I covered the lower 2/3 of the surface with Alizarin Crimson, Cadmium Orange, Magenta, and just a touch of titanium white. I spread it with a silicone bowl scraper and a brayer, which let some of that Prussian blue show through in spots. And I really wanted that look. I wanted some of that base layer to peek through, and you'll see in the end kind of what that does. So the contrast between the warm and cool tones is already making the composition feel more layered and dynamic. And even though these are fairly simple layers, I'm thinking about how these colors will interact with the torn newspaper in this step. And now here's where I think things get really interesting. I'm using torn newspaper to bring in a completely different texture and create that horizon-like division in the composition. I'm using matte gel medium to fix down the pieces with a catalyst wedge, and I made sure to use a bold headline, Restless, as a focal point. And this does two things. It reinforces the landscape structure by starting to give a clear horizon line. And two, it adds an emotional narrative to the painting because the word itself, restless, gives the piece a sense of tension or movement. And it just so happened that when I was doing this, I was kind of having a really busy and somewhat stressful week. So that word seemed to really fit for me at the time. And you can see that I'm just letting the excess paper hang off the edge of the board, and I'll cut that off shortly. And at the end of the video, I'll show you some close-ups as well as the final piece. And although this works primarily in this particular orientation, I'll also show you the finished piece in different orientations. I think they all still work, maybe not as a landscape, but as at least as interesting abstract art. So I did cut out some of the time where I was off camera and I was ripping up paper and looking for paper. I did this in about 20 minutes. You might have seen that I put a big old piece of green up there, and at one point I grabbed an acrylic skin and tossed it up there, and I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm doing newspaper. I'm not using anything else, any other collage materials or acrylic skin, so I pulled that back off. And so you can see that star I put down. I really had a hard time with that. The whole time I was the rest, I shouldn't say the whole time, but the rest of the time I was working on this. And I kept thinking it was kind of distracting from Restless, that whole section right above Restless. So you'll see at the end, a little later on, I'll come in and play with that some more. But again, just trying to get some more paper down and establish that horizon line. So once everything was dry enough, and here I am drying that gel medium that I've put it down with. I'll flip the piece over onto a sheet of parchment paper and a cutting mat to trim the excess newspaper off with an X-Acto knife, excuse me, to clean up the edges. So I did take my finger and kind of run it along the edge to get some of the excess gel medium that was coming off. And one of the things that when you're doing this and the newspaper's still a little damp possibly, you have to really push down hard on that board so it cuts really evenly. Otherwise, it will kind of pull away a little bit. So when you're doing that, just make sure you are thinking about that. So at this stage, I wanted to strengthen the contrast between the red lower section and the structured newspaper at the top. So to do that, I used a charcoal pencil and a blending stump along the horizon line. So this not only grounds the composition, but also adds an extra layer of texture and depth. The charcoal blends into the background, giving it a slightly weathered, kind of organic look, but it also enhances the contrast on the horizon line. So I love how mixed media like this can elevate the visual story because the textures, the layers, any words or visuals from the newsprint, even the torn edges of the newspaper, they can all work together sometimes to tell a more interesting story than just paint alone. And you can put more thought into the words and shapes you put down to enhance the meaning of your individual piece. But anyway, this is a fun exercise. We're basically ripping up paper and gluing it down. It feels almost childlike when you're doing it. And you can see there, I went ahead and covered up that star, and it really helped pull the word restless out. And there was a little bit of a headline in that piece I put down, so I kind of overlapped it over the word or the words, the enigma. So it's not real easy to read what that word is, which I liked and kind of fits with enigma, I guess. So at this point, I often take a step back and just look at what was happening in the piece and in the contrast between order and chaos, the bold, expressive red forms below and the more structured, text-heavy newsprint above gives the piece a really raw and intuitive feel. And that's something I love about abstract painting. It allows for emotion and movement and unexpected storytelling. So the deep reds evoke intensity and maybe urgency. The text and the texture add layers of meaning. And the way these elements interact invites the viewer to bring their own interpretation. This is exactly why I love layering found materials into my work sometimes. They give the piece history and context and an energy that goes beyond just color and shape. But I'm sure some of you could probably look at this and come up with some pretty unique stories. And if you have one, please leave me a comment. I'd be curious to hear what you see. So here are some close-ups, and I'll show you the final painting in different orientations. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe. And as always, if you have any feedback or questions, I'd love for you to leave me a comment. Thanks for watching, and keep on painting.